April the 9th, 2019. I welcome you to the Town Hall, and I would accept a motion to open up our town meeting.
I'll make that motion as stated, Mayor.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, this meeting is now in order. Let's take a pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now we can take a moment of silence, think of those shut in, those who lost ones. Special prayer to our Senate Chair, right, Mike Bush, and others that you want to take into your heart to think about. House Chair Michael Bush for the state of Maryland. And let's take in some thoughts of care. Okay, now if we can take a moment of appreciation of all the things that we have in our lives that we appreciate. Let's say congratulations to our council member Mendoza, who has just had a little baby boy a couple of days ago. Why isn't she here? I don't know. So let's think of those things in life that make us happy, cheer us up, and we can really appreciate. All right, let's go. Okay, with that said, is there a motion to excuse Councilmember Mendoza from the meeting tonight?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the motion is carried. Moving on to report on our work session. So at the work session, we talked about our parking permit fees or solutions. And as you all know, the parking permit registration period, free registration period had ended. And as we had stated in prior mailings, that if it was your parking permit wasn't registered during that period of time, that there could be a fine. And we have been limiting everyone to one parking, I've been limiting to one parking, we've been limiting one car per house since that period of time. So we've discussed the matter at the work session, and we've come to the conclusion that rather than limiting a car to one car per house at this point, there will be a fee of $45. This is later on included in an update to our parking ordinance, which we will take care of at this meeting. Parking permits will be renewed every 3 years with a 6-month free period, and after that free period, then there will be a fee. We also talked about a small business resolution, which was recommended by Prince George's Municipal Association in relationship to giving some preference to small businesses, and that is also on this agenda and on the table as a resolution form for your review. We talked about changing the town tagline from the little town that can to some other tagline, which we will further talk about going forward. We may bring that to the community. We have an appreciation dinner that is scheduled for May 17th, and we will be reaching out to the awardees this year. It's always really exciting. Little Library in Ward 4 seems to be coming apart, and we talked about having that fixed, and we approved funding up to $300 for the Public Works to get a new library and install it.
It's for two.
Oh, it is for two.
We're not 300, we actually did 600.
600.
It was
Oh,
three
okay,
apiece.
600, so it was 300, up to 300 for each.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
adding one in Ward 1.
Right, to add one to Ward 1, because we don't have one in Ward 1, gotcha, right. Thank you. Beautification awards. So these beautification awards, which we have applications here for, is where you can get a sign that goes into your yard that says that you're beautifying your yard, and a simple application. After the nomination goes in, someone would come out and review the yard and mark off certain things on here to see if you actually fit the bill for the yard. So we ask that each council member try to get 2 people from their ward to actually fill out the application. Is the deadline, you know what?
Huh?
April 26th. By April 26th, the submission of the application is pretty simple, and we'd love to have people drive around the town and see our little signs up that says that our residents in our community are really into beautifying their yards and their property. There's another program for, what is the name of the, you want to talk about, you talk about on the green team? For the-
Yeah, because that's where the sign goes.
Oh.
This one, you don't, you just get a certificate.
Oh, you get a
and then-
certificate for this one? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and then-
The other one you get the sign for, okay. There's another program that you can be involved in, and we'll talk about that with the green team report. Parking permits, okay, we did that, parking permits. Okay, for trailers, we also had to finalize what we would do for trailers. And so we have $100 it will cost for the 3-year period of time for a trailer that is owned by the resident of the town. And a trailer that is owned by someone other than the resident of the town but used by the resident of the town would be a $300 fee, and that'll be updated in the parking ordinance this evening. We discussed the bike share program. The county wants to put in a bike share, 10 bike holding stations between the Burger King and the Shoppers Food. And so we have agreed that we will actually put that in. That'll be in addition to the additional 16 bike racks that we'll have for dockless bikes. So you'll be able to use a dockless bike or bike share, and our green team is trying to contact some of the dockless bike companies to see if we can get some of them to provide the bikes for us, so the bikes originate here and hopefully then return here, and we can get more people on the bikes. And then we also talked about End Time Harvest Ministry Graduation Scholarship Banquet, which is $50 per banquet, and I think all but one of my council members were planning to attend that. We have 2 students that are in that program, and next month we'll discuss a scholarship. We normally give a small scholarship to the person who is leaving. Okay. Next item on the agenda is the mayor's report. So real quickly, I'll let you know, over the last month, I'm very happy to say that we now have a senior aide from the senior aide program in the county again. I was able to attend the elementary school for the If I Were Mayor program, and I visited with the 4th graders in order to talk to them about being in government. We had a CSX Railroad meeting, which was with Mount Rainier, Brentwood, North Brentwood, and Cottage City. The chief had a social just this weekend, which I was here. I know the beautiful weather sort of, so I think it held some people back from coming in. So, but it was a nice time to just be together. I have established now, I have bi-weekly code meetings, approximately 3 o'clock on Thursdays and Tuesdays. For code enforcement and for public works, which has been very fruitful. We go over what exactly is going on out there and figuring out what's our best way to inform our residents of what we're actually doing out there. MOST, which is, Municipal Online Stormwater Training. Okay, which is an awesome program that's being set up by the University of Maryland, where you go through a set of coursework, and then we meet afterwards in order to discuss what we learned in that coursework. And you get a certificate after every coursework. So we've been through 1 module so far, and granted by the Maryland Black Mayors Incorporation. Maryland Black Mayors Incorporation is the one that actually put in for the grant in order for us to actually get to do this. So we are looking forward to our next module, and I'm going on to actually using the knowledge that we gain to pass that knowledge on to other people so that we can start growing more information in our environment about stormwater. You might have noticed that street work has begun in different places around town, and that's from our CDBG grant. And we're looking forward to beyond Newark Road, and the bridge is looking good. Yes, very nice, and even here, which is that there, with some funds left, we're hoping to get some permeable pavers somewhere, some amount of it in the street somewhere on Newark Road from what we have left. So right now we're working on what that funding might make it available to us. I did attend the PGCMA meeting in Hyattsville most recently, and that was a very, very fruitful meeting. We'll talk about the small business thing here as a part of it. And also Main Street for MML, which is when we actually market ourselves to the other communities and the other groups that are up there at MML to let them know that we're here and what we're all about. So we have that meeting. So that's the mayor's report for this evening. I will move on to council reports. Ward 1?
Yes, good evening. In the AM and the PM, please slow down a little bit. The kids are at the bus stops, and we do have our officers out again in the AM, PM bus stop. I noticed some people aren't picking up after our dogs. We do have the necessary bags out for you to pick up behind your dogs. And there's people still putting the bulk trash out over the weekend. So our code enforcer has given them warning, so probably the next time it'll be a little fine. Pastor Burge and church has evening program for the children on Monday evening from 6 o'clock to 8, and children from 6 to 12 are welcome to go there. It was nice to have ice cream with the police chief and our police officers. We had a nice little turnout for that. Also, the chief will be talking about our next neighborhood watch meeting. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Ward 2.
Oh, also in my ward, I noticed people putting their bulk trash out and leaving it out for the whole weekend. So if you need a bulk pickup, just call Bates on Tuesday and they pick up on Wednesdays. That's all. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Ward 3.
I have no report, Mayor.
Okay, thank you.
First time ever, right?
Right. Ward 4 is absent. And we'll go on to the next item, which is the treasurer's report. Mr. Baton.
Thank you, Mayor. You should have a copy of the March Treasurer's Report in your packet. There's also copies on the table. If anyone watching at home wants to pick up a copy, we'll have additional copies here at the Town Hall. Give a brief overview of the report. This is for July of 2018 through March of 2019. For this 9-month period, we had total revenues of $1,443,000. Largest portion of this comes from real estate taxes of $900,000. Personal property taxes is second at $80,251, and income taxes of $60,312. Again, total is $1,443,000. On the expenditure side by department, we have general government expenditures of $398,141. Payroll tax and benefits for general government employees of $54,511, a large portion of which comes from health insurance benefits. We have senior van operations of $32,527, code enforcement $9,728, public works $177,644, debt service and operations for the community center $242,423. Public safety expenditures of $194,729, and recreational expenditures of $62,717. Total expenditures, as summarized, totaled $1,175,000. This is $267,000 less than the revenue to date, so we have a surplus for the 9 months of $267,917. That's a quick overview of the report. More detailed report, again, can be picked up here at the town hall.
Is there a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
Yes, I'll make that motion as stated, Mayor.
I'll second it.
Discussion. So if you don't mind, for the record, Ms. Baden, if you can offer the reason why on our income, net gross profit, we're at 59% rather than 0.75%, which is what might be the norm. I know what it is, but you can say for the record.
Yeah, on line item 4298, there's a large item, community parks and playground grants of $177,657. That pushes the revenue up significantly.
You mean down,
Down significantly, yes.
because it wasn't budgeted.
Yep.
And the reverse is on the next page.
Yep, on the, the offset of that is the expense under account 5084, Community Parks and Playground Grant for the park, shows $177,657. Nothing in the budget. reason these weren't budgeted on revenue and expense is because they were really projects that were budgeted for in fiscal year 2018, and we haven't adjusted the budget yet for 2019 for those types of activities.
Okay. So on page 3, I'll just mention that the code enforcement expenses is so much less than what we budgeted because we didn't get to hire until later than the period of time that we thought we would. So that will remain low. And the same is the case on page 4 for public safety. And the police chief are both lower than budgeted because the time frame it took for us to get up and going. Mr. Bain, I'll just ask one question about public works. I mean, it's not that low, but is there anything in particular in here? Is it the Green Street Design Project? It says it's budget but not paid for. Maybe it's coming out of someplace else because we did.
That actually was received and paid for in fiscal year 18. So, I guess when we prepared the budget, we anticipated rolling over to this year. We did not receive the final revenue on that till this year, but we had booked all the revenue and expense last year. So, they're going to remain at zero because we basically booked it in fiscal year 18.
And waste collection, that is?
That's usually about a month behind in their billing, so that's probably really only for 8 months.
Okay, gotcha. All right, that's it. Oh, no, I do have another question. So I would like if the motion maker would accept the motion without the balance sheet.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
On the back.
And Ms. Baden just asked you to take a look at the expenses, the liabilities on the balance sheet, and then bring them back.
Okay.
Okay, so will the motion maker, without the balance sheet?
Without the balance sheet.
Okay.
And the second?
And the second accepts that amendment?
Well, I'll second it.
Okay, I'll call, any other discussion?
Well, you pretty much said what I was going to.
Okay, about the balance sheet, okay.
That was my discussion.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
All right, I'll call for a vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4 is absent. The mayor votes aye. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to the police report. Chief Miltonberger.
Good evening, everyone. The monthly March report, so in the month of March, we had 9 reports written. Then we had 68 calls for service. So I can tell you there was a property damage on March the 6th. An officer was flagged down for a hit and run that was located in the McDonald's. We had a missing/returned person on March the 6th in the 4300 block of Monroe Street. We also had a theft from auto in the Port Town Shopping Center on March the 12th. There was a stolen auto at the AJ Liquors. The person left his car running and unlocked. I'm asking everyone, when you're driving your vehicles and you're getting out the car, please turn off your car, lock your doors. We had a theft on March the 17th at the CVS. We had another hit and run property damage in the 3400 block of 40th Place on March the 19th. There was a disorderly call that led to an arrest on March 26th. That was 40th Avenue and Newton Street. Then we received a telephone threat that was part of a scam. It was a station call on March the 27th. And then on March the 27th, there was another theft of food services at the IHOP. The suspect fled without paying for the food. Code enforcement updates. Items not accepted in recycling. We received phone calls for people believing that their bulk trash is not getting picked up, and it's probably because they have plastic bags in the recycling bins. They need to understand that you cannot have plastic bags. If Bates see any type of plastic bags in the recycling bin, they're not going to pick it up. It's just going to sit there. So I'm asking everyone to make sure that before you empty out your recycling, you take the plastic bags out. Also, he also wants me to address trash cans, making sure that you put the lid on top of your trash cans. And that's it for my report.
All right, well, thank you, Chief. Is there a motion to accept the Chief's report?
Yes, I'll make that motion as stated.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
Yes. I was just thinking, this goes with the code enforcer update. I know the green team has worked very hard trying to educate the residents, not putting plastic bags inside their recycling. So I like this little statement that you have here. Maybe this is something that we can put on the bulletin board. And especially since Bates is really they're not really supposed to pick the trash up when they got plastic bags in there. And that's the way that people can see it, because we've sent literature out. I've also put information on the bulletin board by the shopping center. We did door hangers. When we did have we had our newsletters, we put that information in there. We have a regular green team, so maybe if we just put something on that bulletin board and just leave it up there for like a whole month, people will get the hang of it to don't put plastic into their recycle bin. That's it.
Okay, well, thank you. Anybody else? I'll call for a vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4, absent. Mayor votes aye. Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. Okay, so now we're on to approval of the minutes. We have February 5th, February the 12th, March 5th. Said March 12th. Let's see, March 12th. Oh, they're just sticking together.
March the 5th and March the 12th.
Bless you.
We're going to make a motion on the minutes tonight, Mayor. Is there any way we can table it? I mean, I'm being honest with you. With the timing that I received, I didn't have time to review the minutes, and I don't feel comfortable making a vote on them at this time.
Okay.
I mean, that's just my take on it. I mean,
Is it a motion for you to, is that a motion you're making to table the
yeah.
minutes?
Can I make a motion to table the minutes for February the 5th,
there a
February the
second?
12th, March the 5th, and March the 12th?
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I think the young ladies did an excellent job with the minutes. It's just that with my work schedule, I just didn't have time to review it at a proper time.
Fair enough, sounds good to me. So by next month, we'll be able to take care of these. It's almost all of them, so we'll probably get them all up to date in May.
I see some corrections need to be on the bill.
Okay, so maybe we might want to share those before we actually come back. Okay, sounds good. Okay, next item on the agenda is unfinished business. So the bike share, which is conversations that we've been having for a while now, but we had a lengthy conversation last week. These documents have been sent over by the county. One document, the bike share easement, the area where they want to put the property is in the right-of-way in Colmar Manor, and therefore we would have to give them an easement to be able to use that property. The second document, entry agreement with Prince George's County. That document offers the county the right to enter and do work in our town. And I actually like this agreement. They come and work in our town all the time and never asked us to agree to it. So I hope this kind of moves on to other departments, that they have an agreement for us to enter town. So Mr. Barr, I had asked about if they were to cease in using this share ride system,
Yes.
that they would allow us to use the racks for dockless bikes?
That would be in the agreement, Mayor, and I have not seen the agreement. I have seen the resolution, but not the agreement.
No, this is the both of these are agreements. Neither one of these are resolutions. They're both, one is agreement as an easement, and then the other one is the agreement to enter town. I don't know where this came from.
I've got that in my packet too. I don't have an agreement, I got an easement, and that's it. And that which you gave me, which John said this isn't his product.
No, neither, I mean, because these were from, this was from the bike share people, and I just sent it over. I sent it to you and to Mr. Barr, saying, hey, this is what they sent, because they wrote them up. And then I sent them to you guys so that you can look at them and see the changes.
I got the easement.
They came together. It was two inside of one email. And these are what was in there.
Mayor, if we will approve the easement, the easement tonight, I can have, and the concept of the agreement, I can have the agreement here for signature by Mr. Baden whenever you need it.
Oh, these are the same. I mean, the easement is the same one I have. It's the same one I have. It's just the right to enter town.
Well, no, the easement is the right to use our property.
Right, but then they have the second one here with a little box on top. This is their right to enter and do work in our town.
I don't know.
I understand, but it's not really that long.
I will say with regard to the easement, I am not comfortable with signing this document today because no one has provided me with the description of the easement, and it's not attached.
It was in our meetings last week when you had the
Yes.
yes. It was in the meeting last week. I just don't want to carry this too much further because of the fact that they may go someplace else because we've been holding it off for a long time now.
Okay. What I would suggest we do is adopt approve the easement, the granting of the easement today, and we'll sign it. If the county wants the agreement, we'll be more than happy to enter into that with them as well.
Oh, the agreement to come into town.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So I still go back to, can we agree to this with the contingency that they let us add a line that says that if they cease to use the property, they'll let us use it as a dock
well,
system?
we have them, I have them in here agreeing that they will remove anything that they put in the easement.
I saw that.
She wants to retain the bike racks to be used for non-bike share bikes. She wants to use it for anyone who wants to use it after the fact, to park their own bikes there at the end, instead of taking it back from us at the end.
The problem with that is we don't know what condition it's going to be in, so that would have to be optional
Yeah.
with the town.
Right, I would like to, yes, to have an optional agreement, that the town has the option, if they're ceasing to use this program, that we have the option of asking them to keep
Mayor, if we will have this approved
with that,
with that provision,
yes.
I will add that provision tomorrow and get it back to Kayla tomorrow for everyone to sign.
Okay, all right. So, yes, we motion to move forward, so we can let them know that they can come in.
Okay, I'll make that motion as stated.
With the provisions of the
Change
option.
Right, option.
Keeping the
He's
racks.
gonna bring it back tomorrow.
Right, with the recs, yes. The second,
I'll second it.
any discussion?
This is something that's, they've been wanting to happen for a while, so I'm glad we're having it done. Yeah.
All right, awesome. I'll call for a vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4? Absent, and the mayor votes aye. Just for everybody's clarity, that means that we're allowing the county to have access to an area of the right-of-way between the Burger King and the Shoppers Food. So do you guys want to take action on the vote for giving the county the right to come in our town and do work?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Is there,
That's the same as the easement, yeah.
That's on the back.
Yeah, it's on the back of it.
Right.
the actual easement gives them the right to come in town?
Yes.
Okay. I can't think it sets a precedent to actually vote on something that literally,
Yeah, a non-exclusive easement so long as bike share is in operation on, over, across, and through the easement areas, as well as reasonable ingress and egress across portions of the property as defined in Exhibit A. So that's allowing them to come in and use that property, go across the property for the purpose of operating the bike share station. So I think that's why Mr. Barr was asking, you know, where the property was in Exhibit A, and you reminded him that he had that, so I don't think you need this either.
I don't think one, we don't
You
need
don't need
that.
that when you have the easement.
Yeah.
says a little bit more, actually.
If I look at this.
And this one right here, because it says, it's hereby understood and agreed that all utility companies having facilities within the area covered by the agreement are hereby given permission to move and/or adjust the facilities as may be required in connection with the proposed project.
I'm going to look at that carefully. I don't think we want to agree to that, simply because the moving of a telephone pole or the moving of a utility item is an awfully expensive matter.
Okay, well, I'll send them back the agreement that we're saying that they can get the easement, but this one actually does have a little bit more language in it that's very specific to construction.
Yes.
Okay, so, is the motion, was the motion second?
Yes.
Yeah, I first,
Okay.
yeah.
So is the motion giver interested in withdrawing their motion or further review?
Yes, I'll refer the motion for further review.
Okay, second, accepts that?
Yes.
No, I don't think no
There's an
one
interagreement.
did a
It's an
second.
easement.
You all started talking.
Oh,
So
they
we
started
never-
talking.
Yeah, we never did really,
Oh, so there was no second?
There was no-
No,
no,
there was a
we never-
motion by Blue, a second by Bowden to approve the bike share station easement with provision that the town be given the right to retain the stations at the termination of the agreement. And then there was discussion, and there's been no vote. So the motion was,
There was a
yeah, we
Made
voted.
We all voted on that.
We all voted on that one. I was
Yeah,
talking about
we were-
after the
There was a
fact.
motion,
there was no motion for that.
There was a motion by Councilmember Blue
Blue, yeah.
on
There was a
this one,
second
but there
motion.
wasn't a second because everybody started talking.
Okay. So then you
What-
just asked
what
her to
is-
withdraw her motion?
Yes, she's withdrawn her motion.
Okay.
Okay. But let's
All right,
remember to get motions before we start talking. And
Well, I thought I had it, but I must not have heard the first,
Second.
this one.
because I thought we said we didn't need to do that, so.
Okay.
Okay.
So, moving on. Thank you, guys. Our next item is parking permit emergency ordinance. And so, to be clear, what this ordinance does, and Mrs. Barr, if you want to add anything, but it offers a explanation of a trailer, which is what travels on, which you carry. It's an engine-less vehicle, and that the permits would include $100 for
Emergency plan.
I'm not seeing the $100 and the $300.
I seen it in the one that was,
$45 is for parking permits after 60 days, beginning December 2nd. Okay, that's May, June, July, August, September, October 30th. Any applicable for renewal, more than. Parking permits.
Who was it at, Mayor?
There's no page numbers, so I can't, I'm looking at the top of the page, starts with a B, and then it's 3C. Parking
The beginning
permits.
of May the 15th? No.
No. In this section, it says, in the, section 10, 124, it's above section 10, 124. Any application for the renewal of a previously issued parking permit more than 6 months after the expiration thereof shall be subject to. Okay, so you're saying
No, that's correct. Should be left alone.
the parking permits beginning on December 2nd, 2021, any application for the renewal of a previously issued parking permit more than 6 months after the expiration thereof shall be subject to a fee of $45 paid in advance.
huh?
Minutes.
So I'm not seeing the place where everybody right now, currently, in order to get a parking permit, will need to pay the $45 until we get to May 1st, 2021.
If you'll look at section 10-123,
Yes, it said parking permits, free issue, period, and fees. Parking permits issued hereunder shall begin May 1st, 2021. Be issued without cost to authorized parties free for a period of 3 years, if applied for prior to December 1st, 2021, and for every 3-year period thereafter.
Beginning on December 2nd, 2021, any application for a previously issued parking permit more than 6 months after the expiration thereof shall be subject to a fee of $45 paid in advance.
So I guess you need to change this from May 1st, 2021 to May 1st, 2019.
So the-
Where, on which page?
10-123.
10-123.
So Mayor, we talked about, I guess you want the language, what's going on now, because we have sent numerous emails and letters and
Yeah.
giving residents a time to get their parking stickers, and we're now still allowing people who didn't register to get one per household, but now it's coming to a point that the signs are going up, and then, we're not talking about new residents, we're talking about people that have been notified over and over again, and they may all of a sudden realize that they do need a sticker, there is going to be a fee. And that's the
Right.
language you want to make sure that's in here.
Exactly,
Right, but
right.
everything else, because I think the language she put in here was talking about when it's time to
No, it's
renewal, which is in
2021.
3 years.
In 3 years from May
Right,
1st.
It's 3 years in advance.
But this actually is the way that, even if you change this to 19th, it's still, I mean, we're in a fee period already, let's just say that. They're applicable to a fee now, and as soon as this ordinance is passed, as long as the language is right. And there will be a fee all the way until May 1st, 2021.
Yes,
After May 1st, 2021, they will have 6 months to get their parking permit,
correct.
for which time at December 1st, it will then again be a fee.
December 1st, it'll be a fee. I have it as ending on December 21st and beginning on December 2nd. Now, you want to change
Oh,
that?
I mean, I don't care about that. The point is that we're in a fee period right now.
We're in a fee period right now because people did not apply in
Right.
a timely manner. But I thought that you were going to grace it further to the 15th of May. That was the discussion in the work session.
Yeah, until, you're right, we did say that, until all the sign, everything was,
Got it.
yeah, we said 15th
Yeah.
of May.
But our signs might go up before the 15th. Our signs are going to go up before the 15th of May. I mean, right now, we got 3 weeks to the end of April.
Right.
So,
But we did talk about.
so if you said, if parking permit holders, no, it doesn't matter about parking permit holders.
What section are you referring to there?
I'm still in section 10-123.
Okay.
Because all of this language just refers to something that happens after May 1st, 2021, and it doesn't refer to the present. From the present to.
That's correct, because everybody is running now on a 3-year period.
So if we were saying parking permits, for the reason that parking permits were free, and we really made them free up to January 31st. That's when we stopped taking them in, was January 31st. So at January 31st, the free permit for parking ended, and a $45 fee is generated from this day forward.
Right.
And then you can say the rest.
I don't know where you get the 2021, any of these, with what you just said.
19, 20, 20, oh, right, it's 22.
Yeah, well,
20,
I mean, it doesn't even read right.
19,
We're on.
20, 21, 22. 22 is the period.
The beginning of December the 2nd, 2022?
2021, 2021, 2021. This is for renewals.
As the free parking permit period ended January 31st, 2019, the fee shall be $45 for an additional parking permit. Until May 1st, 2022.
All right, parking permits from the work session last week were to be free until May 15th.
No, the parking permit stopped being free January 31st. I can't take that back because we've already sent too many people away. January 31st, 2019.
Okay.
So why are we even talking about free permits in this revised ordinance if there is no free permits anymore?
There'll be free permits starting May 1st, 2022.
But you got to pay for them now because because that begins the next 3-year period. Is that what it is?
Yeah, right. We just picked May 1st because that's the most likely date that they will be installed.
So take out the word free. So parking permits issued here under shall, beginning May 1st, 2021, be issued without cost to authorized parties. It already says without cost, so you don't need to say free, for a period of 3 years, if applied for prior to December 1st, 2021. Should that be 20?
It should be 22.
I'm sorry, can you say it again, Dan? You said
21.
you saying take out free?
The free you don't need because you
Well,
already
'cause
say without cost.
We want to know, let the residents know there was no cost intended
Well, look at
at the beginning.
Four words
So-
prior to that, it says without cost, which means free. So why do you need
issue
Oh,
to
without
you're right, right.
cost.
Okay, I see that.
Okay, so parking permits, issue period and fees. Okay.
take the free out?
So parking permits issued here and under shall beginning May 1st, 2022, be issued without cost to authorized parties. And you want to take out free right here.
Yeah.
For a period of,
The 3-year license, right? Or 3-year permit.
for a period of 3 years. It says, but it's saying, that's making it sound like without cost for 3 years.
No. The permit is being issued for a
For 3
period of 3
years.
years. So parking permits,
So why don't we start out with 3-year parking permits issued
Okay.
here under shall begin May 1st, 2022, be issued without cost to authorized parties for
3-year parking permits
without
issued here.
cost. Huh?
3-year parking permits shall, beginning May 1st, 2022.
No, three-year parking permits. 3-year parking permits issued here under shall begin May 1st, 2022, be issued without cost
Shall be issued without cost,
to authorized parties.
free.
Well, you
Well,
say
take out
without
that
cost.
word
Is
free.
You don't need free,
That's
because you say
redundant.
without cost.
You said without cost to authorized parties for it. So we're mixing the time period for the free authoring with the time period of the permits itself. Without cost prior to, for a period, okay, so for a
3 years.
period prior to December 1st, 2022, and for every 3 years, period thereafter.
I think you need if applied for.
Oh, okay, if applied for. If applied for, period, to December 1st, 2022, and for every 3 years, period after. Beginning of December 22nd, applications for renewal of a previous, I don't understand the applications for renewal of a previous issued parking permit.
That should be 22.
So you're saying previously issued parking permit,
20, 22.
you're gonna,
It's kind,
Confused.
I mean, it's not confused, we just said we went over all this at the work session.
19,
Yeah,
20, 21, 22.
She doesn't like the way it's worded.
yeah, I understand.
I'm trying to,
It's not worded the way you want it.
well, you said I needed to be clear, because
Right, I get
if
you.
I can't understand it. So, it's just that we gotta do this tonight, because,
I don't feel comfortable doing this tonight. That's what, I mean, I know we want to move forward with the parking permit and stuff, but right now we're making it work.
well, it's one paragraph we're dealing with right now. I mean, if you wanna hold a special meeting, we can have a special meeting next week, call a special meeting to finalize it, or take about 15, 20 minutes right now to finish it.
No, I think we can table it and do it.
You want a special meeting next week?
I-
So let's schedule that
yes.
meeting now,
Yes.
okay?
And yeah, this would be the only thing on the agenda for that.
You got time.
They were proposed to, because this is too much.
Okay, so you want to do Tuesday, 16th? What's Tuesday?
I have a date with
Oh,
my
wow.
husband, but okay, we'll do Tuesday.
I don't want to be interrupting no
Tuesday
dates
coming,
now.
Tuesday.
That's
Break it
fine.
off.
What
That's
time?
fine.
Tuesday coming.
Tuesday coming the 16th.
The 16th.
That's fine, yeah. That's, but
Okay.
works for you, Cynthia? Can you do that?
Yeah, what time, 7?
7? Okay, so Mr. Barr,
Yes.
yeah, if you need to, give me a call and say, talk it over. It's just that, you know, you got what's in here, but there's some pieces that's missing that we gotta make sure. we got it worded right.
I'm preparing to make a suggestion to the mayor and council. If the mayor and council will give me 5 minutes, I can then discuss the subject in full. And if a motion to consider the matter is made.
I'm trying to find the fee for the trailer.
I know it was on the copy that was emailed to me.
The big bold area,
I thought it was,
where is it? I just read it.
Yeah, it's right
It's under
here.
renewal, there you go.
So,
I just think we should have another meeting on next Tuesday for us to take a vote on this.
well, if there is, I'll just ask if there's a motion, if not. then
Yes, I'll make that
take a
motion.
to table.
Right.
So, a meeting next week on the 16th of May. I mean,
Yes.
16th of April, 7 o'clock.
uh-huh,
Second to table.
a second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition?
No.
Okay, so this will be tabled. We are going to meet next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
What time, Mayor?
7 o'clock. Okay, and I am so sorry to, I hold up Ms. Goodall, who's specifically here to assist us in making sure we understand our grant resolution for the MEA grant. And so I'm going to go there now so that Ms. Goodall has the option of staying or going, depending on what she wants to do. So, is there anything you want to share with us about the MEA grant and to the audience? Can you go up there?
Mike.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I believe it was back in the early fall, I attended a meeting, and the meeting was to discuss putting LED lighting in the building to reduce the cost of the electric. And I knew that MEA, which is the Maryland Energy Administration, was going to be coming out with a grant. There were a couple of towns that are not smart energy communities in the state of Maryland, and so we made an application and we received $25,000 to be able to change the lighting in the building to LED.
Great.
So what we're doing now is going through the process of accepting the grant, which you have a resolution. We also we need to, in order to accept the grant, establish some policies. And out of the 3 policies that the Maryland Energy Administration offers, the 2 that I discussed with the mayor and with the treasurer was that you would be selecting reducing your energy usage for your lighting in your building, and to continue to reduce your energy through renewable energy. At this point, I did some legwork, and I do have some deadline dates to meet. And so once all of the resolutions are signed, I've been given the go-ahead to go and get the proposals from a minimum of 3 different contractors to do an energy audit, and to also present to the council proposals from 3 different companies that you will decide which one you will want to work with. This is, and I do want to let the mayor and the council know, this is a reimbursable grant, so you spend the money up front, all of the work is done, we submit all of the bills to MEA, and you will be reimbursed up to $25,000. So basically, you'll get your work for free.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So
I'm
if there's
excited.
any questions, I'll be here to answer them for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. So we have one policy. The purpose of the policy is to become a Maryland Smart Energy Community by enrolling within the program following instructions provided by the state of Maryland to reduce conventional centralized electricity generation serving local government buildings, etc., meetings 20%, to develop initiatives, a renewable energy action plan, to report electricity consumption and renewable generation capacity annually. And therefore, then there's definitions, but that is the crux of what it is that we would vote on, with some guidelines and inventory and enforcement. Is there a motion for us to accept that resolution for that policy?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Is there a second?
Sure, I'll second it.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, we're so thankful for this grant. This is something that former council member Epps was talking about when she was on the council, for us to have the energy saving lights that they had in Montgomery County. So we're excited about this.
Yes, we thank you so much for getting it going. Yes, indeed. Is there a motion? I call for a vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Absent.
Absent. Mayor votes aye. And that policy is so stated. So now we actually have to vote on a resolution to accept the actual grant agreement with the state of Maryland. And you guys have done these a few times, so it's the yada, yada, yada. This is what they expect us to agree to, and we will adhere to the items in the grant. Is there a motion to approve a grant agreement?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Is there a second?
A second.
Any discussion? Just pointing out that what's mentioned is Maryland Energy Administration, MEA Administrators, the Maryland Smart Energy Communities MSEC program funded through the Strategic Energy Investment Fund, SEIF. And I'll call for a vote, unless there's additional discussion. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4? Absent. Mayor votes aye. All right, thank you, Ms. Goodall, so much for your work. Huh? I don't see another one. I was looking at, that's when you want to come and see, but I saw another one that looked at, yeah, I don't see it.
We approved the energy grant resolution and the energy grant agreement. We did two.
We did the policy.
We have one is, return to the town of Colmar Manor.
Oh, that resolution R-2019, this one, the last one.
And then
Let me see.
we have one, there's three of them. One of them is this, the policies.
No, that's wellness and,
Which policy you will accept. The other one is, to say that near, we have a straighten it out.
Oh, yeah, it's in the back, it's in the back.
that's it. No, this is the grant agreement. We just voted on that.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
We just voted on that one. That's the grant agreement.
That's it.
I only saw,
One of them is to say that you will take the leadership role in renewable energy and, then the partnership with Maryland Energy Administration. The other says that you're going to, reduce your electric consumption within the town. You'll be partnering with Maryland. It's a little bit confusing because they look a little bit very similar. But one is to, you're choosing which policy you want to take.
Is this, yeah, is that, these two, this,
That's what charges.
Is this the other one here? Because these are the two they just did.
I'd have to look at it because the wording is so similar.
Yes.
Okay, so this is to accept the grant.
Okay, we haven't done this.
okay.
That's this one.
That's to
yes, we just
accept.
did it, because we just did two. And
So
we did the
this one-
agreement.
Okay.
And then
That's the
you,
one we just did.
okay, so
the
you
last
accept the grant, and then you see here, the wording is different here in this section. And then when you get down here, it tells you can't read upside down.
That's a 20%.
Right, they both say 20%,
Both have 6%.
but one of them,
They both state the policies and
Renewable energy
the
action.
position
Oh,
of the town, but the
Mayor Council.
one
Hereby
authorizes the town to enter into an agreement. The other says the town is adopting the following policies, goals, and purposes.
yes,
Okay, John, there's three.
there's three of them.
This is the one that we voted, just make sure you know, this is the
This
one,
one
there's three. This one.
This is one of these.
I mean, these two look slightly different, but I can't find any words that look
behind
different.
one of the other ones somewhere, and that's why. We've already approved that, which I thought we were approving one of these two, so.
I'm lost.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
was too.
they're- And I'm sorry, I should have just numbered them.
You want to take a look at it, and I can just go to the other ones I have to deal with right now, and we can come back.
Or you can, because the other ones are policies, you want me to, here, I'll put them with them. Thank you.
So let me just tell you the ones that we just, this is the one that we voted on. If you can write that down, so you know which one it is.
Which one is that?
Because I read these things off. So this,
Okay.
we voted on this, and then we voted on the other one that says agreement on it.
The one with the 4 bullets?
That one. So this,
Yeah,
these are the
sure.
two that we took a vote on, is these two. So there's another one, and we'll take a look at that, for that purpose. I mean, this is the one that looks a little
That's a
different,
small
but it's.
business.
Oh, I saw it.
You
She
read
just,
them, they look
she
almost
just,
the
she just took
same.
my
I can't
copy,
find
so,
the difference.
yeah.
Okay, so
That's
the
right.
next item on the agenda is the worksite wellness policy resolution. And we gotta number these resolutions.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah, Kayla's gonna.
Okay, so it starts a resolution of the Maryland Town Council to promote wellness of the employees and residents of Colmar Manor with the health of the employees, eating smart and moving more to chronic cross environment, obesity take. Now, this is basically, we put this in our HEAL resolution, and then they said we needed to have separate resolutions for the things that we had in the HEAL resolution. So the main things of concern in terms of activity is that we conduct workplace wellness assessments and employee surveys periodically with an annual assessment period. We can probably apply that somehow into our annual reviews, so it's just a part of the review, and we decide what assessment level we would want to do. That we actually do apply for further grants for doing this, and that we would allocate the Colmar Manor Green Team as a functioning organization that is our oversight. And then there's how many meetings, guidelines, pretty much the things that the Green Team does. So we need this policy to be in place in order for us to actually accept the funds from the HEAL grant that Ms. Doretha Epps and Julianne Bethay was so awesome to apply for and get for us, and actually be awarded with this policy in place before the award can take form. So there's a motion for us to accept the workforce wellness? Okay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
And any discussion? Okay, I'll call for a vote. Ward 1? Aye. Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Absent.
Absent, and the mayor votes aye. All right, we're getting around.
So that's R01.
I don't know, Mr.
That's got to be four, should be four, Dan?
I have no idea. We'll figure it out tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, we've just approved 4 other resolutions with no numbers on them, so I don't know why Kayla did not put numbers on anything. It would be a whole lot easier, but, so we'll figure that out tomorrow.
Okay, so next month, if you can put in the notes for me to specifically state which resolution numbers go with which votes, which of the numbers go on there, so then we can present that
Yep.
next month, what the
So when you
numbers
read
are.
your report, you'll have them on it.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll say what those numbers are to each one of the votes that were taken. Right. And as a addendum to the minutes, can we put them in these minutes once those numbers go on, so that the minutes from this day will have the numbers for the resolutions? Okay, great, thanks. Okay, so the next resolution is for water accessibility. As you know, one of the items for the grant, oh, I said it was awarded. It hadn't been awarded yet, but it's going to be awarded. We got the other grant. This is the different one. We hadn't done the other thing. But this one is for getting a water fountain that actually allows you to fill up your water bottle, so that we can avoid having bottled water. And while a fountain is used less because of the access of bottled water, if the fountain will allow you to put water in the bottle, then we'll use fountains more and use bottles less. Mr. Barr, I have one uncomfortable item in this document, but I guess I need a motion and a second before I can have a discussion. So is there a motion?
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, discussion. So in the noun, therefore, is the policy of Colmar Manor that portable drinking water,
Potable.
there's my problem. Portable drinking water would be the same as water, disposable water
Potable
bottles.
drinking, it's potable, not portable.
Potable. Oh, potable, I'm reading it wrong.
Meaning it's
P-O-T-A.
drinkable. It
Oh,
can be used in cooking.
be offered at municipal-owned buildings with staff, as well as where possible, municipalities, school activities. Okay, I was just reading it wrong then. All right. Any other discussion? Okay, call for a vote. Ward 1, Ward 2,
Aye.
Ward 3,
Aye.
Ward 4 is
Absent.
absent. And Mayor votes aye. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Farrar. Okay, so the next item we have is a senior report.
Oh, Mayor, you don't want to go back up to the small business resolution?
Oh,
That we
wow.
did
Oh,
not,
that's right, I skipped over that to go to other thing. I was seeing so many resolutions in my way. Mr. Baden, I believe I seen you looking over your notes to see whether or not everything that we had talked about last month.
Yes.
Last week is here. Okay, so he's confirmed the things we talked about last month are in as changes. So is there a motion to accept the resolution to acknowledge and support the Prince George's County Municipal Association policy for economic equality and opportunity for local, small, and minority-owned businesses?
I'll make that motion.
And amended, I will state clearly that this is resolution number 3, 2019. So as you guys go through the other ones, this one was numbered as of last month because it was brought and tabled. Okay, is there a motion?
I made that
Yeah.
motion, stated.
Okay, is there a second?
I second it.
Any discussion? Call for a vote. Ward 1,
Aye.
Ward 2,
Aye.
Ward 3,
Aye.
Ward 4, absent, and Mayor votes aye. Okay, so that resolution is complete. Okay, senior report, you ready? Okay.
So they gave me 2 examples. One with accepting the
The
agreement.
approval, yeah. the
Right,
agreement.
and one saying that you'll do the policies. So
Okay.
since we did the one accepting the agreement, this one includes the wordage for accepting the agreement and the policy. This is for policies, that other one's for agreement, so this is really good.
Okay, so this, they tried to put them both in there, but
Right.
instead they also had the 2. And
Right, they gave me all these
okay, so we've done the 2, and
Yes,
so
we've
we're
done the
good. So, great, thank you.
Let me see.
Sorry for the confusion.
That's, hey, it happens. They give
I
us
was
all
trying to
these
see
papers.
which.
She wanted to see which one it was.
That's-
If you look at the heading, one says the accepting the agreement and one is partnership.
Okay.
And then also for the policy, the other one is just policy.
Okay.
So there's 2 separate ones, because they gave me examples. I want to make sure we were covered. So.
Okay.
Okay, great, that was good. I got you, I understand. All right, so we have a senior report. Thank you so much, appreciate it. Mr. Mutchler, have a safe trip home. You gonna go to the mic?
He said he have no report.
Oh, you have no report, okay.
Thank you for
Yes,
coming.
thank you. Isn't there a luncheon coming up soon? Isn't there a luncheon coming up soon?
No, they've been back December. St. David's doing that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And that made me remind me that we do have our Easter egg hunt on
She
April
probably-
20th.
Yeah, she probably gonna give it on her.
Oh, she's gonna talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So our next is the Garden Club, Doretha Ipps, former council member.
Hello, everyone. Mayor, Council, Chief, Mr. Barr, Mr. Baden. neighbors. I'm sending out a SOS for April the 20th. Everybody's willing and able. We need you to come out and help us build this west garden up with the beautification. We ordered some stones that we want to put out, the boards, because of the standing water there. It rotted our boards out, so we decided to lay stones, which is going to be hard labor. So I'm asking everyone who's willing and able to come out and help us to move these stones around. We're building 14 beds. So we started on a template. So if you go down, don't go down there now, go down there maybe later on this week. So tomorrow we're going to finish that template. It's beautiful. Once we set it up, it's really nice. So we're asking you to go and take a peep at it. We did a community, we worked at Community Forklift annual party Saturday. It was on News Channel 4 if anybody's seen us, banners and everything. Ruthie gave us some hats to wear. But we raised $113 fundraiser for our garden. And
Awesome.
yeah, so we was very excited about that. I think Leslie and Kirk, Mitchell and Kirk Plunkett, they planted the plants for us. I tried, mine didn't do well, so I didn't bring mine up. But they did a beautiful job with the plants, and we had some different plants this year. Kirk went out and did different plants, and people was very interested in it. Our table was crowded. Someone was always coming to our table, so I was very excited about that. Yeah, and I think that's about it. The grant that I applied for that we got, that's going to be geared towards the garden and the beautifications of the town. So I thank you all, and I hope I see everybody on the 20th.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, next item is the green team.
Yes. Last month, Colmar Manor Green Team and Carter City Green Team had a joint meeting. I want to thank everyone that came out. One of the items that we talked about was Doolin Creek cleanup. There will be 2 cleanups coming up. One is April the 13th. That one is sponsored by AWS and Friends of Doolin Creek. The second cleanup is April the 27th, and that will be in Carter City. If you're interested in cleaning up that day, that's also Doolin Creek on the Carter City side. You can meet at Denise Hamlin House at 9 o'clock. If you need her address, just let me know. We also talked about going green Prince George's with pride, and that's May the 4th, 2019. This is one of the kickoff for our new county exec. I think it's similar to the beautification that the former county exec may have did in the past, but this is her kickoff to making Prince George's County clean and beautiful. So if someone wants to come up and volunteer and help out with that, that would be great. It's May the 4th. We talked about the Baywise Maryland Yardstick program, and the mayor kind of touched base on it a little bit. So we're lucky, we're fortunate to have 2 master gardens, one in Carter City and one in Colmar Manor. So they go to the master garden groups within Prince George's County, and they brought to us what is called Baywatch Yardstick. And I know I spoke about this before, but both green teams are really trying to get 10 residents to participate in the Baywatch Green Sticks. We do have like an application at the town hall, and what we'll do is go over and check to make sure that your home is green efficient. And if it is, you'll get like a certificate saying that it's Baywatch Green Yardstick in your yard. And we're pushing this in Prince George's County because I think in one of the other counties they recognize it, or as far as with their tax on a tax base. So we're hoping that we get a lot of residents in Prince George's County to participate in the Baywatch Yardstick, that they will recognize us and we'll get a decrease in our tax base.
Yeah, so just so that everybody kind of has an idea, you know, we pay a stormwater fee now. They call it MS4 grants, and MS4 fees, and they get attached to our bill. After going through most the program, I get the feeling when people are saying their taxes are why is their taxes going up? I have a feeling it's that fee, and I might want to explore it more, but now learning a little more
Yes.
about what this stormwater fee is, that is an extra tax that's just probably kicked in a couple of years now. And that just might be what it is. But at any rate, if we do more, the more points you put towards the stormwater management and stormwater activities, the less our fees will be.
Yes.
And right now, it's not at a municipal level. I think they're at a county level.
Yes, I think it's in
All
Atlanta
of
County.
the MS4 fees are at county level. So as a collective, working with the county, our points would then go to the county, bringing the county's points down. And so the more of us that start doing this in our individual yards, on the streets, and take on these things. So we're going to keep going through the most programs. I talked to the Maryland Black Mayors last time we met to see whether or not it was okay for our green team to go ahead and start on the program. And they can, it's open to anybody, but we could have our discussions at our green team meetings, so that at a green team meeting, we take 15 minutes for everybody to sort of talk about what they learned, if that works for the team. And then we'll really expand the knowledge out.
I think that'll work. I think when we had the joint meeting, when the mayor and myself talked about how excited we were with taking this class, that a lot of people was interested. So I think that that's something that we definitely can do as a joint effort with Carter City Green Team.
Yeah.
I just had two more things for the Green Team. The Green Team is working to get Debbie Waller from Environmental to work with us to do a rain barrel workshop. We're hoping to get her in have her here in June. So we threw out some dates, so I'm waiting for her to come back to see when she's available to have a workshop here. We also, Julianne went to a workshop called litter reduction, and she was very impressed with the young lady who taught the class and how she brought trash in, because I say for myself, I have too much trash, and for someone to come to tell me how to reduce my trash, I am all for it. So we're hoping to have both of these young ladies at a workshop at the same time. One for 2 hours, the other for the other 2 hours, and it'll be on a Saturday. But I will keep you all up to date on that.
And the first one, Debbie
Waller, yeah.
Wilder, and
That's small, so
But she's with the environmental, she did our rain barrel workshop here before. And so we're just trying to get another one here because we have new residents and
oh, this is the rain barrels?
Debbie does the rain barrel and Tia Roofer does the litter waste reduction.
Okay.
Yes. And
Okay,
that's it.
thank
And we talked about that we're getting a pop belly trash can, which will be installed in front of the Fort Lincoln Medical Center.
great.
So we're excited about that.
That's supposed to be installed by Friday.
Oh, and also, our green team, joint green team was very busy that day.
Big belly, okay, big belly chest.
We talked about CERT's Community Energy Resource Team. The mayor, Barrow, suggested that we have someone in town to be CERT certified in the town, so we're looking for people that's interested in that. And I think that's all. So our next joint meeting with Carter City and Colmar Manor will be in Carter City, and it'll be June the 18th at 7 p.m. But Colmar Manor Green Team next meeting will be April the 15th, which will be here at 7 p.m. All is welcome. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you very much. Recreation report, Councilmember Bowden?
Oh, on Thursdays at 6:30, we have karate here at the town hall. We also have boot camp on Wednesday. Oh, and Zumba Monday through Wednesday at 7:15 and Saturday at 9:30. And on April the 20th, we're going to be having our Easter egg hunt at the Newton Street Park on 38th and Newton. Thank you. From 3 to 6.
All right, thank you. I also want to say, So since we're having the special meeting next week, I would like to add an item that I realized was forgotten when we got there, to declare May Kids in the Playground Day. So the group calls it May 18th for Kids in the Playground Day. But May 18th is a challenging day for all of us. And so when I read through it, it said we can select any day in May that we would like to do it. So right now, Larisha and Renee are looking at May 5th and mix it in with the Cinco de Mayo, do a scavenger hunt for the kids through the playgrounds, to go through and find things in the playground, which just forces the kids to go to all the different playgrounds in town. But they're working on that, but we need to vote on it before May, so we can put it on for next week and also vote on Kids in the Playground Day.
Okay.
Okay, so for PGCMA, Councilmember Mendoza is not here, but I was at the last regular meeting, which was well attended with, I'm telling you, Prince George's County and municipal government officials are like in it, very, very into everything that was going on. We had a very spirited conversation about the small business resolution and the things that small towns could or could not or may not do. And then also they had a meet and greet wine activity on Friday. I wasn't able to attend. Councilmember
Yes.
Jackson?
Yes, it was a very nice meeting where the elected officials and small business owners had the opportunity to meet with the county, county council, and actually the county council was the one who sponsored that event. So one of the things that Prince George's is really trying to focus on is our small business. So I thought that was a great opportunity because they were able to ask them questions, have one-on-one, and throw back and forth ideas. So it was a good event.
Okay. Yep, so PGCMA has been pretty on the ball. Do we have any citizen comments?
When's the next meeting?
The next meeting is April the 18th. I apologize, I don't have the location where the meeting is, but it is on the website.
Okay.
Okay. Any citizen comments? Council?
I just have a comment. We have a little visitor. I don't think he can come up, but we want to welcome Dawson here at our town meeting, his first town meeting.
Dawson's first town meeting.
That's former Councilmember Dorita Epp grandson, so we're going to welcome him to our town meeting. We have to take a picture with him.
Yes. Okay, that sounds good to me. Okay. Anybody else have anything for the good of the order?
Yeah, with regard to the Maryland Energy Administration resolutions, one creates a policy for the mayor and town council in the town. The other authorizes an agreement with the Maryland Energy Administration. And those are that's the reasons why we have two resolutions.
Correct. Yes, that's it. She said that there was a third one that attempted to put the both together, but we
It's
put
a,
them together.
the third one is actually a draft that was sent to us by the Energy Administration.
Yeah. We got it. We're good. All we gotta do is get some numbers now. Okay, guys, anything else for the good of the order? Okay, with none said, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Meeting is now adjourned.
Do we excuse Councilmember McNeil?
Yep. You might not have been here yet.
On some of those minutes you didn't.